Hey guys, doing my morning thing and getting everything ready. I'll be on the mic in a bit. Hey guys, before I get back on the mic, just to let you know what's going on. So these are your smaller targets. This is the B1 chart if you have access to these charts. This is the pivot ring I'm talking about. You see we're kind of moving down it. Obviously if we cross this, we could get a pump. We could continue moving down it. That's what we're waiting to see. This is the Bitstamp daily moving averages. Pay attention to this. This is the pattern we're currently in. So again, it's resistance, support, resistance, support. So if we push up, this is your upside target. If we drop, this is your downside target. If we break that, I think we're coming down to test the 20-week moving average, which is right here. That's what I'm saying. A big move could happen soon. We'll just have to see. But I'm going by this pivot ring right here, and I'm also going by this this pattern where I'm with the MACD. So if the MACD ends up, I got some stuff here. If the MACD ends up breaking above this, we could go much higher. Obviously, if we stay underneath this, we could start dumping. So that's what we're waiting to see what happens. No, dominance is taking a poo-poo right now. All right, guys. I will be on the mic in just a bit. I got to run up to the store real quick. Just a few minutes, and then I will be back, and we'll cover all this. Someone asked me to put the DXY on the screen. Let me do that really quick. I have no idea what the US dollar is on at the moment. All right, stocks. I can't tell right here on this left chart. It looks like I don't know. There's so many crazy wicks here. It's hard to tell what this is. This could be you've got 3 points of contact here. You've got 2 points of contact here. That's not really enough to say that that's the pattern we're in, but we did get topped out at this point. If this is what we're in, this could be a falling wedge. Let me make this a different color. That is a bullish pattern. I'm not saying that has to play out. Just always look at possibilities to see what could happen. Puts you ahead of the game just in case. So if this is a falling wedge, and I take this, so this is both bit stamps. I'm going to copy this, paste this here. Wow, that's below the ring. Interesting. So I have to see how this plays out, but it looks like we're moving down this ring. Again, I'm just going over a few things before I head to the store. I would like to show you on this chart. We are moving down this ring. I would like to point out last time the same thing happened. We kind of moved down the ring. It was support and resistance. Then we got one hell of a pump. Notice we came down, we found support on the ring, found support on the ring, we moved sideways and up. So it's possible the same thing plays out. No ring, just because it's the next ring doesn't mean it has to play out like the last ring. We could be breaking up from a falling wedge if that's what we're in. Actually, it could be more like that, and we're already breaking up from the falling wedge. Actually, that looks a little better. Depends on the time frame too. If you get the wicks, I mean the wicks are right here. So we could be breaking up from this, or it's a larger pattern, we'll have to see. But pay attention when we cross this ring. This ring could continue to send us down, or we cross it, we could get a pump. But also pay attention right here. This is the top of this wedge. This is the bottom of this wedge. I think if we break this wedge right here, if we break this point, I believe we are coming down to test the 20-week down here, which is going to be around $40,000. So again, it's important that we stay, that we do not break this point around 56,000. If we do push up, I think we'll get topped out around 64,751. All right, let me get the DXY up here, but it looks like we are breaking up from this. Look, your next resistance to watch. These charts have been accurate. I made a tweet, and even in that last video, the last live stream I did, I said if we push up, I said your first resistance to watch was this line up here and this line right here. You can see we got almost to it and we came down. It matched right here and right here. That's where we got topped out and started coming down. So on this chart, if we push up, your first resistance to watch is right here at 59,000. Let's just say 59,000. If we push above that, your next resistance to watch is right here at 59,724. Shut up, cat. And if we drop, these are your support levels. We found support on this line twice. Look at this. Perfect support. Perfect support. If you don't have these charts, you're just missing out on making money, guys. I don't know why anybody would say that $39 a month is too much when you know exactly when to buy. You know when it topped out, top, bottom, look, support, resistance, support. Came down, found support, resistance. Came down here, this was your buy-in, this was your sell, this was your buy-in, this was your sell. And right now we're waiting to see what happens. I mean, your targets are right here. And what I'm telling you right now is you have a point to watch for a potential pump or a dump. We continue down this ring. Your first support is 56,580. Let me give you a resistance above. That will be right up here around, let's just say 60,000. So I'm waiting to see what happens when we hit this ring. All right, DXY. I'm not looking what you guys are saying. I'm covering up my chat window. All right, let's see, DXY. Let me find a place to put this. All right, the DXY is at support. So to me, this looks like we could possibly. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Hold on. Okay, so the DXY is at support. Let me do something with this. Hold on. You can see we're getting a pump right now. Watch and see if we get rejected right here. 58,998. And let me get this DXY back up. Alright, we're getting a pump. Let's see if we get rejected right here, guys. You can see how these charts work out live. So if you notice right here, we are at, and I called this, if you watch that last live stream, guys, I covered all of this in detail in the last video. I said, look, if we get to this point, I said, if the dollar is coming down, you probably want to be long on Bitcoin. But I said, once we get to the support, look at this pump we had right here in the DXY, came back down. But I said, if we get to support, this is your support right here. We're at support. This means if this holds, the dollar's going to start pushing back up. And if the dollar pushes up, that is going to be bearish for the price of Bitcoin. So we just hit resistance right here. Let's see if this holds. If you push above it, if you want a chance to short from right here, this is where you would do it. It's always a gamble, but again, we're at resistance. This yellow line, this would be a point to put in your short right now if you want to chance it. 58,973. If we come down, your next support, 58,550, and then 57,193. So we're already getting rejected from this yellow line. If we push above that, then you would chance your short right here. We've been rejected. This is a lot of support and resistance. You got very strong resistance above at 59,724. But yeah, the DXY is up here. All right, I have to run to the store. I'll be right back. I hope that covers what we're looking at. This is the pivot ring. Let's see what happens. The further we push up, the closer we get to the pivot ring. By the way, guys, if you did want to access these live charts, you could do so at my website, opticalcrypto.com, but I'm not accepting any more subscriptions because I have enough subscribers, so you can't subscribe. You can't access these charts. Only the people that have them now can access them. I was just kidding, guys. You can sign up. It's $39 a month to access all the Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter. Guys, I'm trying to show you every live stream how accurate these charts are. Look, 59,017. We hit that and stopped. It's not a coincidence. When you have these charts, you know where too long, you know where too short. Same for Litecoin, Ethereum, THETA. We'll cover those in just a bit. But watch them play out. Watch what happens. We get rejected. Come back down. You push up, get rejected here. It's magical. I'm curious, did anybody short 59,000? Well, actually hit 59,020. Anybody short that? All right, guys, I'm on the mic now. So, yeah, I'm a little disappointed to see the DXY falling. This was support that I was hoping would hold. Again, if the dollar starts crashing, I mean, I'm talking about the dollar starts dropping, 92.2 down to 91. Guys, you want to be long on Bitcoin. That's just how it works. Bitcoin's a hedge. Someone had mentioned, well, by the way, guys, you can clearly see we pushed up and got rejected at this point. Just showing you how we're respecting. Let's show you the bigger picture of this chart. You can see that someone asked what's the best chart to play for swing trading. I think you can clearly see this chart right here. I mean, it goes back a good ways, but you see we came down, we found support, we rode down this ring, support, 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 resistance, came down here, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, dropped all the way down to support right here. So again, the B1 chart is great for swing trading. I mean, you could have swing traded this, come down to support, resistance, support, support. Well, that pushed up to here, dropped down to here, and just up and down, up and down. And you see finally we broke this trend line here. And then we dropped down support, resistance, support, resistance, support. This is our double bottom. I made a tweet about that saying that was bullish for some upside. And you can see I had this yellow line is very strong resistance. That's why I'm saying this is a point too short. This is the trajectory that the price is following. This yellow trend line is very strong resistance. Notice we hit it and we got rejected and we're coming down. Obviously, if we push above that, your next resistance to watch is up here at 59,724. Again, guys, this is for swing trading. I said we can go much higher, we can go much lower. I told you what to pay attention to. This is for people that use leverage or just want to scalp trade. The B1 chart. All right, let me put this back. So your next support below 57,993, your support below that 57,262. If we get above 59,017, 59,724 is next resistance. So this is the pivot ring, guys. We're waiting to see what happens. It's possibly could cross this. This could be a parallel channel. We'll have to see how this plays out. If I can get my mouse on here. Well, or it could be, again, that's just it. You don't know what pattern you're in. This could be a larger, a possible falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern. So if we adjust that, let's see, if we take this, if we don't push up above this point, let's copy and paste that in. Yeah, I don't know. It looks a lot different on the 3 hour. But that could be a parallel channel we're moving down. I wouldn't say that's a bull flag because the flag is longer than the pole. Is that if the flag is longer than the pole, does that negate it being a bull flag? I think it does. I'm not sure. But yeah, let me cover the DXY. People say that the dollar is bearish. It's not, guys. The dollar is actually doing really well. Let me load up this chart. So if you have access to these charts, by the way, guys, if you do want to access these charts, it is $39 a month for Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, access to our Discord and Twitter. My Twitter is private. Stocks and tutorials are separate. So let me load up this chart, show you why the dollar is actually bullish. And dominance is dropping. That is probably good for alts. I noticed that Litecoin was pumping a good bit. So let's look here. Let's just go back. Let's zoom out and see the bigger picture. Let's go to the DXY by itself. Can I do that? Hold on. So you're saying the dollar is bearish. Well, if we go back, let's look. So this here is the DXY. So this was December. This is 1985. we were up here at 129, right? Well, we bottomed on, this is in September 92. That's where we bottomed. We pushed all the way back up to this resistance right here. This was around 120. This was January 1st. We were topped out up here. We came down. The lowest point we got was right here on the 24th of March 2008. Ever since then, the dollar has been pushing up. Yeah, it's taken a while, but from that bottom, 2008, the dollar has been pushing up. The highest point it got, it went up 45.46%. Currently, where we're at now, you can see the dollar's pushed up a total of 31%. So the dollar is continuing to push up. I mean, when we broke up from this falling wedge here, I mean, come on, it goes up, it goes down, just like Bitcoin. But eventually pushed all the way up to 104. So even if we have little drops, I'm saying I think it's going to continue to go up. So again, just showing you the dollar is bullish, but this chart right here shows how it is inverse correlated with Bitcoin. Again, this is 2017. Dollar was coming down. It dropped almost 15%. Bitcoin pushed up 2,500%. The dollar pushed up 11%. Bitcoin dropped 83%. Same thing. The dollar dropped a little over 13%. Bitcoin pushed up 1,474%. So if the dollar continues to push up, that's what I'm saying. The same thing is going to play out. The dollar continues to push up. If it pushes up 13%, take us to our previous resistance, that means Bitcoin will be coming down. So again, I think the dollar is bullish actually. So let me show you this third chart here. So while yes, like right here guys, I just showed you in the stream, had you shorted right here, I gave you the target, rewind the stream back. I said this is a point you short, 59,017. We've already dropped from this point. Only what, 0.64%, but we're coming down, just showing you how powerful these charts are for finding support and resistance. We hit it to the tick, we're coming down. It's very possibly move down this ring. These are your next support levels on this chart to watch. 56,600 is going to be very strong support. If that breaks, we're going much lower. But this is what you need to pay attention to right here. This chart. Let me get this off. So this is currently the pattern that the MACD is in right now, and you can see we're just kind of going sideways with these bars down here. But again, if we push above this, you know, it's possible we could have some more upside. Obviously, if we stay underneath it, we're going to go lower, but this is what you need to pay attention to. This is the pattern we're in. This resistance, support, resistance, support. Now we're right here. So either we push up and we test this point right here between 65,179 to 67,250. Keep in mind, the longer this takes, the higher this target gets. But if we get above 66,370, then I imagine Bitcoin is just going to go right to the moon. But we could get rejected at this point and come back down and test it. The other scenario is we do not go higher and we come down and we test the bottom of this, looks like, again, this is a rising wedge, it's a bearish pattern. If we break support at 55,600, we can just do a line just from the top to the bottom. And we bring this down, guys, look where that matches. Look where that hits. Right here at the 20-week moving average, right there. And what price is that? If we break out of this pattern right here, if we come down, what target is that? That's right here around 39,500. So that's the macro scale. If you get above 66,300, hey, we could go much higher or get rejected, come back down. If we break 55,000, just 55,400, that area, I think we're headed down to the 20-week moving average. If that breaks, your next support will be this ring, wherever we make contact. 31,000, over here is 33,000, over here is 36,800. Wherever we hit this ring we will find support, and we have respected this ring going way back. You can clearly see this, guys. Support, resistance, resistance, support, 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 broke it. I'm going in 100% if we hit that ring. Resistance, 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 came down, resistance, resistance, came down, tested the 20-week moving average. We have not tested that 20-week moving average since back here on the 23rd of September 2020. Notice when we pushed up, this was resistance, flipped as support. Guys, you watched videos way back, I said when we come down, buy at the red ring. I bought here, wrote it up, sold, bought back here, wrote it up. So again, what I'm saying is if we come down, if we break this 20-week moving average, your next target, if we break this 20-week moving average, we're in a bear market. If we come down and we test 39,500 and this holds, then we're still in a bull market. We're still in a bull run, and we're going to go much higher. All I'm letting you know is if we break this point right here, we're back in a bear market, and your next target to catch a bounce is right here. If that breaks, your next target is down here. Let me refresh this chart. Dominance is dumping. Your support right now on this chart, I like to see if they match this ring we have been respecting. This is at 58,271. Your next support below is going to be around 57,067. That matches with this target down here, potentially 57,271. So that looks like very strong support. If we drop, looking for a point to catch a nice long, I would say right here. Again, if we drop and you want to get a nice little bounce, a little scalp trade or swing trading, 57,100 to 57,271 would be a great point to put in a long. I got so many damn charts I got to update. I just got to take the time to do it. I assume a lot of people want to have these altcoin charts updated more than the stock charts, but yes, I need to dedicate this weekend to doing that. I would like to show you, I do have XRP, and I think I have them right here. I want to show you how well alright, gotta find it, hold on. Here we go. So this here is Litecoin. Just want to show you how this chart's been playing out. And again, I'm just showing you the accuracy of this chart. This is Litecoin, guys. If you've been playing this, you could be playing the hell out of it. And this is actually, this is a fib channel line. So this isn't a line I added. This is actually part of the chart. So notice back here, this was on February 20th of February. We topped out right here. We came down. Where do we find support? Well, actually all of these we found support resistance, but look where we bottomed. Right here on this fib channel line, we pushed up. This is where, well, we went above this a bit. We came back down. Notice we were staying underneath this fib channel line. We kept coming up. It was resistance, resistance, support, resistance. We came down, we bottomed on this fib channel line, resistance, 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 support, resistance, support, resistance, pushed up, topped out here, came down to support. So right here, if we push up, we are above this point, guys. So if you're playing Litecoin and you're looking for an upside target, right now we found some resistance at 233, which is what I said would potentially be a point to short. We are above that now. So if you're playing Litecoin, your next resistance to watch is 247. If we break 233, your support below is 220. But again, dominance down, that means, yeah, altcoins are pumping. But yeah, Litecoin's, look at that wick, went all the way up to 239, then dropped back down to, to 231. But yeah, if you want a chance to short, I would pay attention to around 240, let's just say $248, if you want a chance to short on Litecoin. Let me close this one. Let's look at Ethereum, see what Ethereum's doing right now. Alright, so Ethereum is finding resistance at a trend line. So we pushed up, we topped out here, we came down, we found support, almost found support here. This is your current support. If you're playing Ethereum, your support right now, right below you, $2,097. If that breaks, your next support to watch is around 2017. Your next resistance above, take note that we're getting rejected right here at this trend line. This is at, if we get above 2,132, your next resistance to watch is going to be 2,161. Your next resistance above is going to be 2,216. I need to look at the theta chart, see what's going on with that. I did add some fib channels to it. Alright, let's see what theta is up to. Yeah, I need to add some more fib channel lines in here. Your current support, though, I'm just going to tell you where your support is. Maybe I should just add some more fib channel lines to this. Alright, bear with me a sec. I'm going to update this chart. Alright, what angle is this coming down? It's coming down that way. Alright. Somebody's blowing up my phone. So these are smaller targets, guys. Notice we're finding resistance right here. Again, this is theta. All right, your next support below is going to be down here. You're going to have very strong support here. So if you're playing theta right now, your support is going to be down here at $11.30. If we push up, your next resistance to watch will be right here. Around 12, well, basically right at $12, $12.04. I'm not going to put the price labels on here. We're going to see how this plays out. Might have to adjust these fib channel lines. This is on the 15-minute? Shit. Alright, theta chart's been updated, guys. So watch and see if we get above. Right now, your resistance to watch right here, $11.70. You get above that, your next target above to watch is around $12.15. If we cannot get above that, your next support to watch is right around $11.29 to potentially $11.22. See, by playing theta, those are your targets. Yeah, it's up. Let me get rid of this. That chart's been updated, guys. If you have access to the charts, just hit refresh. I will come back to that one. I need to find some fib circles as well. So, yes, who shorted? I said, guys, if you want a chance to short, you would do it right here. Who shorted right here at 59,000? Anybody? So you guys are in profit, right? Another live stream, guys. This is 5 live streams in a row that had you shorted or longed where I said you're in profit. And again, these charts, they're live. You just click the link. You have access to these charts 24/7. You don't need to watch a live stream or wait for me to put a tweet up or a video. All you have to do is load the chart up. Welcome, Zero Flux. Yeah, I know your names in Discord. You guys have a different name in Discord, different name in Twitter, different name on YouTube, so it's hard to know who's who. But yeah, I recognize you, Zero Flux, now that you say you're Zero Flux. Hold on a sec, guys. Guilty, but I'm silent in the Discord. That's all right. A lot of people in there just to get the information. But don't be shy. Say hello. Thank you, Supernova. Yeah, I mean, if you've been playing the support and resistance, not every single one is going to be, there's no guarantee. But this one played out. We hit 58,990 and we came down from that point. I hear you about XRP. We'll cover it in a bit, guys. This is pretty much your Bitcoin. See if we get a move soon. I think it's very possible we could. Dominance is coming down. Yes, I do see that the DXY did break this support, but that doesn't mean it can't push back up. A lot of people say that I'm bearish on Bitcoin, that I have a bearish bias. Anybody agree with that? Well, yeah, you should be active in the Discord. I mean, if you're just, you know, people share their trades. Hold on, the door's opening and closing like crazy right now. So again, guys, I'm just watching. I'll put these price labels here so you can see this. So look, this is very important. The highest point, and I did say that I think we're topped out. I still believe that. I think that when we push up, I think a lot of people are going to expect us to hit the top of this wedge. I think when we hit 65,000, if we push up, I think 65,000 is where we top out. And if we break right down here around 55,000-ish, I think we are coming down to test that 20-week moving average, guys, and that is right here. It's probably going to be right around 40,000. Well, it'll probably be further out here. You know, coincidentally, what will probably happen is it will come down and make contact with this ring, and that will be where the 20-week moving average is right here. So I do think we're coming down. If we break 55,706, guys, we're coming down to 40,000 and 42,000. Well, if so, I don't know much about the pi cycle thing, but if they say that we're close to being topped out, and my charts are saying we're close to being topped out, then maybe we're topped out. That being said, if Bitcoin's hedged against the U.S. dollar, if the dollar collapses, you can see that when we had our COVID crash, all the stock market tanked. Bitcoin tanked twice as much. Stock market pushed up ever since Bitcoin pushed up. So if the stock market continues up, if it never comes back down and the dollar collapses, Bitcoin's going to go much higher. Forget the pi cycle chart. How is 42,000 bearish? Have you ever looked at the macro chart for Bitcoin? Have you ever just actually looked at the entire thing? That amazes me that people say that that's bearish. That is not bearish. That is actually bullish. You know what's bearish? What's bearish is if Bitcoin just continues doing this. That is bearish. The higher price goes right now, believe it or not, that's bearish for Bitcoin. Because that means at some point, this is going to come down to test this 20-week, which is going to be not a drop, but it's going to be a damn crash. I guess if you're not familiar with the 20-week moving average, I'm going to enlighten you. Let's go back. I just want to have the 20 week up. I do think this is set on, yeah, this is 20 week. So let's go back. Let me put this on line drawing so you can see it. All right, we'll go all the way back. Hell, we'll go way back here. Okay, this was 2011. Look what happened. Riding support. It got below a bit. Support, didn't quite make it to it, right? So we were in a bull market. We broke below it. It was bearish. We pushed above it. This is the 20-week support. We broke below it. It was bearish. Pushed it back above it. Kind of a fake out. We were riding it. Got below it. Got bearish. This is the 20-week, by the way, guys. This was our peak in 2013. Notice what happened in our bull run all the way up to 19,000. Look what happened. Test the 20-week. Test the 20-week. Almost tested it. Tested the 20-week. Test the 20-week. We probably did. This is candles might have touched it. You don't see it in line drawing. We pushed up. We got below it. When you're below it, you're in a bear market. Notice we were below the 20-week, below the 20-week, below the 20-week. Broke above it. We had a little push up. We were above it. This was like a little mini bull run. Then we were below it. Pushed above it. Got back below it. And this is our current run up. We've only touched the 20-week. Look, we've only touched it one time right here. So I think we are due to come down and touch the 20-week. That does not mean that we're in a bear market. It just means if we come down and test this, we'll do what we previously did in our bull runs. That is bullish to go higher. I think the 20-week is going to be around 40,000 to 42,000. Yes, it's very healthy to come down and test the 20-week. Not testing the 20-week means that they're just pushing this up to dump it. And when I say they, I mean institutional money that most people are so happy that's involved. I think peak of the bull run chart, I think that shows where that 20-week will be, and that does show about 40K. Yeah, but eventually that's going to stop, guys. Eventually it's going to stop. And I do have a target for the Dow. I think I have a top for the Dow. I've had tops for the Dow before. Yes, we did push higher. I had tops for Bitcoin. We got topped out there, but yes, we pushed higher. But again, if you watched the previous live stream, I showed you why I think this is the top. It's the peak of the bull run chart and this orange ring right here. I think this is the top. I'll give you these price targets again. I don't think we're getting above this point. And again, if we break right here, guys, it's we're coming down to test that 20-week. And again, just to give you an idea, that's right around. Let me just get rid of all this stuff. I'm not using it right now. So yeah, if this would be where the 20-week is, just to give you an idea. So, you know, somewhere around here. That's a pretty good drop. If we come down and break 55,500, how much of a drop is that? That's a 30% drop. I mean, that happens all the time in Bitcoin. So who thinks we're going to come down and test the 20-week moving average around 41,000, which someone said is too bearish? Or who thinks we just continue up forever from this point on, never come back down? Yeah, I already gave you one. If you would have shorted right here, you could have shorted it with 50 times leverage at 58,979, and it dropped a total of 1%. So you could have been a pretty good profit. A lot of people did short that point. That's why people get access to these charts, because you know when to short, when to long. Rewind the stream back. See where price was. See when it pushed up, touched this. And you know what's great is because when you have these charts, you know you don't know what pattern you're in, but you saw price came up, it touched this yellow line, then came back down. So you kind of have an idea what pattern you're in because you know you come up and you test it. So if we come down and we test, let's say right here, well, I do think that is going to be where the bottom is because we've had 3 points of contact. 1, 2, 3. So that is our support. And because we came up and we tested this as resistance, this is the top of this. So this is the pattern we're in right now. I'm pretty sure that this is what we're in. Let me make this thicker. I'm gonna put it over there and see what it looks like. This orange, this is an orange, this is a bullish pattern, by the way. Let's see how that equates on this chart. Let me put this on the 2 hour. So let me copy this and paste it over here. I think this is Bitstamp. Hold on. Yep. All right. So I'm going to put this over here. So that is the pattern we're in currently. we have a ways to go on this. So it is possible that we're in something like this, and I think if we stay below, if we start doing something like this and we stay below this ring, I think we'll drop. If we push above this ring right here, we'll get a pump, and your next target above to watch is right up here, around 60,095. But I'm watching this to see if we get above right here. You can see that we get rejected, rejected, rejected. So either we break this and pump at this ring right here, or we continue down, and obviously you can see the MACD, I mean the RSI, it is angling up, so that does look somewhat bullish. We could go either way, guys. I'm just saying I think a big move's coming soon, and I think this yellow ring right here is what's gonna cause that big move. The worst scenario, I covered that. I have about 5 or 6 charts. If the stock market tanked, the dollar mooned, the lowest point I see us going. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this. They say this is impossible. But when we were at 14,000, nobody thought we'd hit 3,900. I'm just telling you, if the stock market tanked, the dollar pushed up, the lowest point I see Bitcoin possibly going is 10,000. That would be the lowest point we would go. That is where I would go in 100%. And again, if you want to access these charts, guys, the link is right here, which I do not have copied. So now I'm going to go back and copy that. And by the way, if you do sign up, make sure that you email me. You have to email me. Read what it says after you access the charts. You have to email me through the contact page to get the Discord invite link and to for me to accept your Twitter follow request. And pay attention to these. If you can't read them, I'll read them out to you, all right? So your smallest targets right now. If we drop, your next support to watch, write this down, take a screenshot. If we come down, your support will be down here around 57,971. If we push up, well, we already know your resistance is this wedge around 58,850. You push up, your next resistance 59,000. We push above that, your resistance around 59,755. That is very on par with this target here around 60,095. This would be a great point to put in a short. And if we drop, if we come down, I have a lot of support here. This is the 21 daily exponential moving average. If you follow me on Twitter, I told you, I said if Bitcoin price keeps dropping, I said this is a likely point to buy in. That just so happened to be this point on this chart. We hit it to the tick 2 times. So I said, look, if we come down, this is support, this is support. It pushed up ever since. So if you follow me on Twitter, I do keep you updated on, I'm looking at the charts all day long. So if I see something, I update the chart. I show a pattern we're in. I say pay attention to support and resistance. So you don't just get access to the charts. You get access to me daily, hourly, making updates on Twitter. I'm a member for a while in his Discord and use his charts all the time. Def worth it for people still in doubt. Well, thank you, Nick. Actually, we are in charted waters. It's all charted, guys. Actually, I mean, that's amazing. I charted the Dow Jones in uncharted waters. I found the bottom and found the top for the Dow Jones. I can chart where you think that's uncharted waters. Trust me, I have it charted. And you can do that with fib retracements to an extent, or fib extensions. I will admit, though, it is odd. Dominance is coming down, and the DXY is coming down, and Bitcoin's is going sideways. Yeah, institutional money is in the game, so nothing bad can happen. You remember when they were talking about backed coming on the scene, giving an on-ramp for people to get into Bitcoin? It didn't matter. We had lockdowns, we had the COVID thing, stock market tanked, Bitcoin tanked. So everybody that thinks that Bitcoin's just going to go its own way, if the stock market crashes and the dollar pushes up, anybody that thinks Bitcoin's going to continue to go up, you're going to be sorely mistaken. That being said, if the dollar collapses and the markets continue up, yeah, you want to be in Bitcoin. The gains are insane. You'd be an idiot not to. Yeah, I don't think people understand that. Tiki-taku, tiki-taku, tiki-taku. I can only say that 2 times. That is correct. Big money sells as well. And when they sell, they really affect the price. So we are now underneath resistance, guys. Look, we are underneath this resistance right here. I don't want to have too many labels on here, but look, this was going to be support. Now it's resistance, 58,528. If we stay below that, your next support is 57,971. So if you're in a short, not financial advice, I would stay in your short, because I think we're coming down potentially to test the bottom of this wedge here, around 57,946. We'll see. And I do think it's very possible we move right down this orange ring. And it's also possible, guys, that what's happened, we'll just continue to do this. And this is going to be strong support here. This is going to be strong support here. So it's very possible when we get to this point, pay attention, at this point, potentially 57,300, 57,100, at this point, we could break up from this ring, come up here, test around 60,456, and then down we come. That would play out identical to the previous yellow ring. But this ring is having an effect. Price is pushing down it. And this is your support on the A1 chart right here. And again, a lot of charts are showing 57,100, 57,200 is a great point to put in a long. I'll make this brighter so you can see it. This ring's actually been pretty accurate. It's a new ring I added, but it's been dead on. So right here, 57,091, depends on when you make contact. And then your next support below that will be right down here around 56,000. But yes, the dollar is coming down. Sad to see it, but the dollar is coming down. All right, be right back. Gotta refresh my coffee. The next target I have for the DXY is all the way down here. If we continue down and we hit 91.74 is our next support. You can see this right here. This is our previous support. If the dollar drops that low, you probably want to be long on Bitcoin because that's a pretty substantial drop. And right now our resistance is up here at 92.59. But yes, I agree. If the dollar keeps going down, obviously you have to break above this wedge pattern. If we do and the dollar continues dropping, you probably want to be bullish on Bitcoin. Yeah, I'll load it up in just a minute, guys. I'll be back. Nikato, do you not have access to the charts? If you play XRP, why don't you just get the charts? You can load up. I got like 3 XRP charts. You load them up. You can see the price live anytime on your phone, your tablet, your TV, whatever. Just click the link, load it up. You always know what your resistance and support levels are. You don't need me to tell you. Well, looks like you guys are shorted Bitcoin at 59,000 are doing pretty good right now. And by the way, guys, you in Discord that have been following along, the Bitcoin first-person shooter game is actually coming along very nicely. $25 leverage, nice, Nick. So if it drops down to 57,979, that might be a good point to take profit. Actually, if you want to play it safe, maybe 58,000 would be a good point to take profit. But your next support's right down here at 57,987. That's what I give you guys. I give you points to short and long, and people that have access to the charts, they know exactly when to get in and when to get out. All of your support and resistance levels are already mapped out. And take note, this orange ring, this ring right here, if we break right here at 58,232, it's possible that we could come down and test 57,000. We'll have to see how this plays out. Dominance pushing up just a little bit, but we're still below on this chart right here. We're still below this trend line. And I don't know, the RSI starting to angle up a bit, but I don't know. We'll have to see how this plays out. This is on the daily, by the way. But remember, guys, if we break right here, 55,400, we are coming down to test the 20-week moving average. And it just lines up perfectly. You go from the bottom to the top, and you bring this down, and look where that lands, right at the 20-week moving average. What a coinky dink. I could load this up. I don't know how this would work. So we're making myself, Dredge Ho, we're making a first-person shooter Bitcoin game. I'm creating the maps. He's doing the coding for the game. So I'm doing a map right now. It's going to be inside of a skyscraper. This is probably going to be Tether headquarters. So this is what I just worked on. Here, I can show you this real quick. So this is the game. How it works is, I'll get back to Bitcoin, guys, but I'm excited about this. So already got the guns in. Actually, I'm going to change the guns. I'm going to have AK-47s, M16s, Glocks, stuff like that. It's got grenades. But I set this up. I purchased this. Notice the clouds are moving up here. If you come out, so this is going to be on top of a skyscraper, so you can look out the windows. You can look out over the city. So this is what we're creating. And if you'll notice, actually it's not showing up on here, but we have the price of Bitcoin showing. So you can go in, you can select Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. So while you're playing the game, you can actually look at the price up here. And it'll be in the game as well. You can go to a console. There'll be computers. You go to the computer, and you can go to a website, and you can check the prices of other altcoins. And instead of capture the flag, it's going to be capture the crypto. So you walk up to a certain area, and when you walk up to that area, you stand there for so long, you steal the crypto, and then you go back to where you started, where you spawn. But yeah, we got this whole thing working. This is just a test map right now, just getting the, because obviously you're in a skyscraper, so I want to look down and see over the city. So I have a lot of work to do, but it's coming along. So this will be available. All you got to do is get on Steam to play it. It'll be free for everyone. Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're having a lot of fun making it. Your next support to watch for Bitcoin is 57,187. That might be a point you want to take your profit. Obviously, you could drop below that, but again, if you don't take your profit, you don't have profit. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I have a channel in Discord. It's called FPS Bitcoin Game. So if you want to talk about that, just go to that channel in the Discord. Yeah, it's going to be free. I'm paying for the models, and I mean, some people have helped out a little bit, a little donation here and there. I think we're like $170 we have in our budget right now. But I gotta buy character models. They're a little expensive. Gotta buy some weapon models. I'm making the map, but I have to buy textures and props and stuff like that. But the coding for the game's already set up, so the hard part's done. I wouldn't say making the map's not hard, but it's just taking the time to get everything done. But yeah, we can all kill each other while we watch the price of Bitcoin. So if you're playing a game, you know, and you want to know what the price of Bitcoin is, it'll be right there in front of you while you're playing the game. If it gets to a certain point, you hop out of the game, do what you got to do, come back. We can all, you know, kill each other. I'm down for that. Okay, what's your super important question? There's a huge gap to be filled at 550 USD that never filled. Can you check? $550? You mean 55,000? Yeah, there's a gap above and a gap. Yeah, we can load the Cme Futures Chart up. Hold on. And by the way, guys, every chart I'm showing you plus more. I got Bitcoins, altcoins. Let me hold on. All right. So let's load up the Cme Futures Chart. If you have access to these charts, guys, the Cme Futures Chart is under BTC related. Cme Futures. Let's see. Okay, that gap looks like it was filled or almost filled. I don't know. Maybe people were wanting to get it filled and it didn't. Let's see. No, that gap was already filled, which is actually probably why. And that's what I was telling you before. Price goes out of its way to fill these gaps. It'll go down to fill these gaps. Like back here. You see this gap right here? And you have this wick that came down and filled the gap. There's a lot of them on here. You see this gap right here? There's a small gap. It pushed up to fill the gap and came back down. This happens repeatedly, but we already filled that gap, guys. So this tells me that it is possible we are coming down. Look, we already filled this gap. The gap was right here between 58,550 and 60,085. This gap here, we already pushed up and filled this gap. So the next gap below is down here at 54,345. If we drop to 54,345 to fill that gap, what does that? Where is that at? Let's see, 54,345. That, guys, that is very dangerous, because that means if we fill that gap, all right, if we fill that gap at 58,000, right here, hold on, let me show you this, and let me understand what I'm saying here. If we fill this gap down below, so you got a gap, I'll make this big so you can see it. So you got a gap sitting right here. To fill it, we'd have to come down this gap right here to fill it. We would have to drop down to 54,345. If that happens, look right here. that is the bottom of this rising wedge. 55,000, what, 400? So I think a lot of people, and again, it is possible, we could come down, we could test the bottom of this and push back up to 64,000, 65,000. But I think a lot of people, if we drop down this low, a lot of people know that typically when the gaps get filled, just like this, just like when we pushed up to fill this gap right here, we pushed up, then once we filled the gap, price started coming down. So I think a lot of people would expect, well, if we come down and we fill this gap down here, this is where people will buy. I would probably buy there to push back up. You're also going to be at support, but keep in mind, if this support breaks around 55,400 right here, 54,345, that's only what, 55 off. You break this, we're coming down to test the 20-week around 40,000. So yes, it is possible to come down and fill that gap. We just filled the one above. Why not fill the one below? But yes, we do have a gap down there. We have a lot of gaps actually. We have a gap at 49,000 to fill the gap below that, 48,860. Then we have a gap below, a huge gap down here at 23,725. We have another gap down here at 18,140. And then we have a gap down here at 9,665. That's why I'm saying if we did have a major market crash, you have to watch that video. That's why I'm saying if we did crash, I think the lowest point, the most bearish scenario for Bitcoin would be $10,000. You can say I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, the stock market tanked, the dollar kept mooning. That is the lowest point I see Bitcoin going. Yes. Yeah, I don't trust these. Litecoin pumping, Ethereum pumping, they all pump and then they start dumping. When they start dumping, the alts will be pumping. You'll see dominance for Bitcoin dropping. Then all of a sudden you'll see the alts start dropping. Bitcoin dominance pushes up. Then I think people jump out of Bitcoin into a stable coin and the dominance continues down. What's your question, Nino? Let's zoom in on this because we're coming down to test support, guys. This is a point you might want to long or take your profit. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just showing you what's in the charts. So it's possibly catch a bounce right here. So if you're not in, you're looking for a long, it is a gamble. I'm just telling you this seems likely if you want to put in a long. But this is coming down pretty quick. 57,969. All right, let's see if we find support at 57,969. We're already below this. I told you to pay attention to this ring on the A1 chart right here. We're below this ring right now. Let's see where this goes. All right, and keep in mind you got a moving average. We've been somewhat respecting here, 58,000. So that might be the point you take your profit. But then again, you know, if you want to wait it out, it can go much lower. I mean, that's more money you make. But I gave you a perfect short opportunity right here. And I'm telling you, this might be the point to take your profit. It's up to you, guys. It's up to you. You do what you want. So the blue might be the point you want to get out of your short or to put in a long. But if we do break that, we're coming down much lower. Let's see if we get a bounce where this blue label is or if we drop past it. All right, so it looks like, I don't know, let's see here. It might push up from this point, guys. So you should have already probably got out of your short if you wanted to play it safe, because now we're pushing back up. Just showing you the accuracy of the charts. So if you would have taken that short, that was about 1.74%. If you let somebody, what Nick said, he did 25 times leverage, I assume you came out pretty well with that. Yes? Did you get out? Or are you still in? Look at that, guys. Come on. Short, long, short, long, short, long. Come on, guys. It's a cheat sheet. I'm giving you a cheat sheet to trade. How much did you come out on that, Nick? If you care to share, you don't have to. Some people don't like to share that info. How much profit did you make? And there you go. Nick knows how to play these charts, knows where to short, knows where to long. And again, the fib channel lines are your support and resistance, but I do update the charts with the patterns we're in. So I'll hit save on this chart, you hit refresh, you'll see these changes where I add these patterns and say, hey, we're in this pattern, watch this point, and then, you know, I'll let you know we're coming up on pivot rings. And obviously this pivot ring, the further down we go, the further we get from this ring. But if we push back up, you know, this is the point you would long from. So if we push back up right here, you know, we'll make contact with this, and well, the higher, we could push straight up and make contact with it at any time. But at current price action, to make contact with that ring, we are about 14 hours away at current price. Obviously, if we push up, make contact at any point. But I think something's going to happen at that ring, guys. We're either going to get a dump, or we're going to cross it, get a pump. Damn, nice, Nick. Congratulations. And if you do want to sign up for these charts, again, they're live. You just click the link, they load up. You got access to them 24/7. And I do keep you updated on Twitter and Discord what charts to follow. And people in Discord are, you know, they're sharing their own charts and information and telling me about other charts that I'm not looking at. But if you want to try it out for, you know, just 1 month, for just to get access to Discord, Twitter, Bitcoin, altcoins, precious metals, there's the subscribe link, guys. Yeah, it's always good to take profit. Yes, it could have dropped below that point and you could have made more profit, but you can see it was pushing back up. So, hey, if you're in profit, take that profit, put it to your next trade. Well, thank you, 7 Flights. It's probably a better Discord because the people that are there actually pay to be there. So they take it more seriously rather than just a free Discord where just a bunch of idiots jump in there and start goofing off talking about crap that has nothing to do with Bitcoin or trading or trying to shill something. These people that are in there actually want to be there, and again, they take it serious. But in order to get access to Discord, you have to sign up. And if you are signed up, you have to email me through the contact page of the website. You'll need to email me. I'll look up, make sure you have an account. I will send you the Discord invite link, and then I will accept your Twitter follow request. And I do have the charts name, guys. The charts that I'm trading currently, the B1 chart right here. So if you do sign up, you already have access. And I'll let you know on Twitter. But I'm using the B1 chart, the C1 chart, and the A1 chart currently. And also for more macro targets, I'm using the the B1 chart, the C1, and A1. That's under exchanges, under BTC. The Bitstamp daily moving average is 300, 200, 100. This is under BTC related. But if we start having a major drop or we start pushing up above 60,000, this is when you want to load up this chart here. This one right here. You're welcome, Bearish Bull. We're still underneath the trend line down here, so that's not looking bullish. If we push above this, I'd say, hey, maybe the tables have turned. If we get above this trend line right here, maybe we go higher. But as of right now, I don't know. Anything could happen. Just play support and resistance on the B1 chart. Once we break out of that pattern, you know, you go to the next chart. So we're coming back down, test the bottom of that wedge. We'll see if it holds. But just to let you know, if we do break, if we break 57,900 ish, just so you know, your next strongest support is going to be around 57,311 to 57,000 if you want to catch a bounce. Not saying that has to hold, but that'd be a point too long, and it is possible we might come down and test that. All right. Looks like this might get nasty. Let's see if it holds support. We're at support right now. We're at that white FIP channel line where that blue price label is. I guess the bears are waking up. You know, you could just put a trend line just like this. You know, trend line something like this right here. As long as we're below, I'll actually update this chart with this. But as long as we're below this point right here, once we push above this, we could get a pump. And this chart's been saved. Just hit update. I'll remove the price labels later, guys, if you're accessing this on a mobile phone. But this yellow trend line, as long as we're below it, this is probably the pattern we're in right now currently, smaller pattern. So if you break above 59,800, which plays right along with this target here, then you push up higher. All right, we broke it. So your next support to watch. Let's see how this works, guys. Live. Let's see your next support. And this has been strong support. Look, to the tick twice. So if we come down, your next support to watch. Let's see if we catch a bounce right here. 57,238. Hopefully if you did a long, you got out, guys. And this moving average right here has proved to be also strong. I need my brush. This right here. This moving average here and this one here. Strong support. But this is your next support level in the B1 chart, 57,238. And don't forget the A1 chart, guys. We've been respecting the hell out of this ring right here. Notice as soon as we came down, we found support, then we broke it and started coming down. Look at it pushing back up. Probably people playing this wedge right here, because that's what they do, guys. This market is so manipulated. People probably know you got one point of contact here, one point of contact here, one point of contact here. So people probably had their stop right here, you know, right below this, thinking, okay, well, if it comes down below, then I get stopped out because it's going to drop. So they send it down, stop you out, and then push it right back up. And if anybody does not believe that this market's manipulated, I mean, do some research, guys. Right back up. Look at that support level. Right back up to this friggin' line. And we got 46 minutes left on the candle. Dominance is pushing up a bit. DXY is just sitting there. It's not doing anything. All right, we're back above support. That was just a that was just to stop people out. How many people got stopped out underneath that that bottom trend line right there? 3 perfect points of contact. So people probably had to stop just below it, stop them out, push right back up. Tell you what, these whales are playing dirty, and most of them are the exchanges. So it looks like we might hold support there at 57,952 and start pushing back up. Yeah, I don't want to save it like that. If I do, when I save it, that means people that are on mobile phones can have these large. Let me set this up for if you're on a mobile phone using this. Hold on. Hold on, I'll refresh it. Alright, so support is here. I'm gonna just pull this out, alright? You guys know the routine, how this works. So just look to the right. Your next major support down below, if we break 57,243, your next major support is going to be down here at 56,456. So I'm going to save this chart. So now if you load it, it will look just like this. So now I'm going to put it back the way it was. Just hit refresh. No problem. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. Let's see how this plays out. But do not forget, this chart here, this is the macro, alright? If you get above 60,000, it is very likely. So if you get above this yellow line here, this is right at 60,000 up here. So if we get above here, right here, and we get above right here, then it is very likely we're going to come up and we're going to test the top of this wedge. But if we break 55,500, I think we're coming down to 40,000. That is what I'm looking at. That's what we're watching. All right, guys, up to you. If you want a chance along from this point, this is your next. Again, you got a moving average here. This is a 200 exponential on the 2 hour. Then you have the 21 exponential. I should make this blue. The 21 daily right here. So this will be support somewhere around there. But this is an export level I have on the B1 chart if you want a chance along. Again, it's risky. Anything can happen, but this is an export level to watch if you come down to it. Yep, and the reason Bitcoin dominance is rising is because people are jumping out of altcoins. Let's look at a Litecoin and Ethereum and see what's happening. That's what happens. They jump out of the altcoins because they're dumping. They jump into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's coming down, so they jump into stable coins, and then Bitcoin continues down and the dominance comes down. Watch dominance start coming right back down. And you got resistance right above too. So someone said the alts are dropping. Let's see what Litecoin and Ethereum are doing right now. So Ethereum. All right, look, Ethereum is dumping. And look, I mean, the Bitcoin charts are as accurate as the altcoin charts. Look, this was our support. I told you this right here. This was our support. This trend line right here. It was repeatedly support. Well, all of this, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, support, 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 support. We broke it, we're coming down. So your next support, by the way, if Ethereum keeps coming down, your next support is around $2,013. Now your resistance for Ethereum is $2,100. Out here is like $2,107. Let's look at Litecoin. Again, altcoins dropping, people jump into Bitcoin so they could jump into a stable coin. That is why you see these little pumps with dominance, and then dominance drops further. Let's check out Litecoin. Let's see what Litecoin's doing. I'll give you support resistance levels for Litecoin. Litecoin dropped and pushed back up. So look, we're pushing right back up. Take note where our resistance was, guys. Look at this. Look how accurate these are. This is the Litecoin chart. Notice we got topped out right here. Topped out right here, $216. We came down, we found support down here at 198, found support again at 199. We pushed up, you found some resistance, we pushed above it, became support. Look where we pushed up, right up to here and came back down. And I told you that, go back to the beginning of this stream, rewind back when I was talking about Litecoin. I said if we push up, your resistance is 233. Yes, we wicked all the way to 239, but you can see the meat of the candle in the 1 hour. Let me change color of this. Where the hell is my, there we go. Notice that the wicks are right up here. The meat of the candle is still below this line. And you can see what happened. When we came down, look where your support was. Right here. Yes, we did wick down below, but look where the wick is, right below our support level. We pushed right back up to 220. So that's what I'm saying. When you understand how these charts work, this is our support. This is our resistance. The next candle opens below this, then yeah, we're probably coming down much lower. The next candle opens above, then we're probably going to push back up to 233. So just to let you know, guys, your current support for Litecoin, $220. Your resistance, $234. If we drop, your next support level to watch is going to be $205 down to $200. And your current support right now, you can see we're getting a little bit of a bounce right here on this 200 exponential moving average. Let me make this white. This is the 21 daily. This 21 daily exponential moving average, this blue one. If we just do a line, a target, I guess if you come from the bottom, that is right here at the 21 daily. That would be right here at 56,821. Well, Eric, I don't know. All I can tell you is in a bull run, we always test the 20-week moving average. As long as 40,000, as long as that holds, we're still in a bull run. And that's still going to be a drop of 30%, whether you like it or not. To still be in a bull run, we can drop 30%. But if we drop more than that, and we break below this 20-week moving average, then we are back in a bear market, and we're coming down much, much lower. But do watch. I'm just going to move this up a bit. All right, this is at 56,800. Do watch that as a target. That is close to where this this 21 daily exponential moving average will be, roughly. We have been holding that previously. If that breaks, obviously we're going lower. Your next support level below that. These are so close together. Looks like this pivot ring is pushing us down. Alright, let's see if we catch a bounce, guys, right here at 57,253. And if that does not hold, the next support level on this chart is right here. And again, if you have access to the charts, you always know where your support resistance levels are because you have access to the chart. Just look right to see the price. So notice we're finding support right here. Let's see what happens. This might get nasty. Look at that. We hit it to the tick. Let's see if it holds. We hit it. That is literally to the tick, guys. Look at that. I mean, come on. That is to the damn dollar. Look at this. That is crazy. I know it's my charts. It shouldn't surprise me, but the stream can't be done 24/7, but you can have access to these charts 24/7. All you got to do is just click this link right here and sign up, and you get access to the charts. I think $39 a month to know when to long and short, I think that's peanuts. But then again, it depends on you. The live streams are just to show you how accurate the charts are. If you don't watch and play, you don't know. But look at that. We hit it to the tick and pushed up, guys. That's what I'm saying. You know where your support levels are. Not just your support. I mean, that is literally to the dollar. That is why people sign up for these charts, guys, because I have your support resistance levels already mapped out. If this breaks, this is your next one right here, 56,284. Your resistance above is going to be potentially this wedge, 57,837, or potentially 57,992. It's getting interesting. Well, thank you, GGGG. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. I just tell you, hey, if we break this point, this is your support. I told you where to short right here. I said this is where you would short right here at 58,992. And so far, I said, look, this is where you potentially long. I also said you would long at 57,957, but it could break. That's what happened. But if you were still in your short all the way down, that's 3% right there. But anything can happen. Again, I give you support resistance levels. Yeah, and again, that's why I had this chart on the screen. That's why I'm saying pay attention, because this trend line right here, if we stay underneath this, you can use the MACD. Even if you don't know what pattern you're in currently with Bitcoin, you can actually use the MACD. We're finding resistance underneath this, right? So if we break above this, that is bullish to go higher. But as long as we're underneath it and this crosses and comes down, guys, this is coming down. And again, if we break 55,500, I'm telling you, if we come down, we break right here, we are headed down to 40,000. And if 40,000 does not hold, then bull run's over. But this is where you should have longed, right here, $57,236.87. Hey, I got it down to the penny. Well, thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. Yeah, the purpose of these live streams is so you can see for yourself. Rewind back. I showed you where to short, and I said, hey, if we break this support, because not every support's going to hold. So if you longed here, hopefully you hopped out of your long. But again, I said if that breaks, this is where you long from. And you can see we hit this point and we pushed up. And these charts are live. When I update the chart and I hit save, when you hit refresh, you see the changes to the chart. And these charts are shareable. That means when you sign up to my charts, you click the copy icon, you can save these charts as your own. So that means if you want to change the time frame from 2 hours to 30 minute or 15 minute, add in your own indicators, you have a certain indicator you like to use, you can add your own indicators in. All right, guys, no promoting others here. So notice we found support at this 200 exponential moving average on the 2 hour, and that also coincided with this support right here on this chart. You got support right here on this moving average. And that just lined up right here with this. So again, if you have multiple charts showing support, that'd be a point to long. So who here longed 57,240? Yeah, I need to go through and update some of those charts. And do you have access to the charts, or are you just longing from the stream? Longing and shorting from the stream? Nice, Joe. From 57,240, well, I mean, it could go as high as it wants. I mean, we could go down to the 30-minute, and you could see your resistance right now is going to be right here at 57,965. You get above that, your next resistance above is 58,566. But you have to get above this point before you can expect it to go higher. So it is very possible. Not only do you have the wedge, right? You're going to test the bottom of this falling wedge. Which actually is funny, it broke down. But yeah, so your resistance, you have the wedge itself right here, right? And you have this this resistance level. So if you're asking how far does this go up, well, this might be the point you want to get out, 57,949. You push above that, then 58,566. So at this point, it could just do this. And then potentially come down further or push up higher. Yeah, and again, you have to pick the time frame you're comfortable trading on. If you're on the 1 hour, there's no close. You know, we're still dropping, pushing back up. On the 30 minute, it's different. So yeah, probably you want to trade on the 1 hour. If you get a 1 hour close above 57,949, yeah, then you probably went along. If the next candle opens and the 1 hour below 57,949, then yeah, you probably want to be short. They're not going to make it that easy. Again, price starts dropping, people start shorting it, and then they push it back up, stop them out, and they send it right back down, and vice versa. If it goes up, stop them out, send it down. Thank you, Renee. All right, I'll be right back. Yeah, sorry, Eric. I'd rather just swing trade. I'm not staying in this. No friggin' way. Sell the top, buy the bottom, sell the top, buy the bottom, rinse and repeat. Sell at resistance, buy at support. I don't use leverage, and I'm doing fine just buying at support, selling at resistance. Other people using leverage, and they're doing really well, but you know, I don't advise doing leverage because it's risky. But just to recap, I said short right here. We came down. I said if you want too long, this is the point to do it. We're pushing back up. You have to take responsibility for your own trades, but you know, just showing that you can play these charts, guys. You're watching this live, real time. And again, if we hold 40,000, we can. This is a hell of a drop to 40,000, but if that holds, we're still in a bull run. But if that breaks, we're coming down much, much lower. Alright. So guys, again, if you do want to sign up, here is the link. Again, you get access to these charts 24/7, so you don't need to have a live stream. I'll keep you updated on Twitter and in Discord. It's up to you, but again, you just click the link and load them up, so your support resistance levels are there. And this is how you do it. It's always a gamble. You come up, this was resistance, right? So this was a likely point to short. We've been respecting this yellow fib channel line going way back. So that is why that was a point to potentially short. That played out. We came down. I said this is your next point to potentially long. It dropped below. I said if that breaks, your next point to long is here. So you're not going to win every one, but you're going to win more of them. So if you continue to play this way, if you short here, you're successful. Great. You come down, you long here. It didn't work out. You get out of your long. It comes down to this point, you do your long here. So you're successful in your short here. You're successful in your long here. Now, is it possible to push this higher? Sure. If you get to this resistance up here at 58,534, you might want a chance to short there. You do know that you're going to respect this wedge at 58,696. These are at angles. So again, me putting a price target here, you know, later on it's going to be out here at 58,700 and whatever. My point is if you have access to the chart, you always know when you make contact is what the price will be. But again, if you want to sign up, but I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter and in Discord. I'm going to kill this stream. I got to get to work on that game and update some charts, guys. Trade safe, trade smart, don't be stupid. I'm out.